Hello everybody! We are starting our live stream and we will be waiting a little bit for our guests and followers. The topic of our live stream today will be Aquarelle Lips permanent makeup technique, and we will talk about everything about this topic and I will answer on all your questions. You can text your questions here and I will answer. Today I am doing two videos, one for my YouTube channel, and now I'm looking to another camera. It will be on my YouTube channel as well, Lito. Also I am doing this live stream for my online courses, and plus additional here I am watching, and now I am doing live stream on Instagram as well. And now we will start our live stream. And first of all, what I would like to talk with you, it's our topic today will be the Aquarelle Lips technique. Aquarelle Lips technique, it's one of the permanent makeup technique what we have right now and what we can offer for our clients. And sometimes client asking, which technique also you can offer for us? First of all, it can be super bright lipstick technique. It can be very, very bright color on the lips. Also, it can be borderless lips. For example, it can be color inside the lips, but you are not doing very dark color and contour outside the lips. Also, sometimes client would like to get very, very natural soft look, and we can do for them nude color, and it can be just contour, and we can do shadow like 1 millimeter near contour, and it will be like soft contour, and it will be very, very nice looking on your client, because we will take the nude color or something pinkish, or most will be for her natural color of the lips. And let me now check my Instagram, and I will show for you how you can find first of all my online courses, and you can follow me on Instagram, and you can see the link here below, and you can go to my website Lito, and you can find here some information about technique what I am offering. And for example, this one, it's Snapseed for free if you would like to edit the pictures. And here, as you can see, we have Aquarelle Lips. Aquarelle Lips technique, you can find out a lot of information. It's like how we doing paperwork, sketch, and how we do latex work, full procedure, supplies, what I'm using for my perfect Aquarelle Lips technique, perfect makeup, and answer on questions, video courses, etc. And you can buy via this link. Okay, I got a lot of questions about Aquarelle Lips on my Instagram page, and now I will start to show for you everything what I'm using, and I will tell you about everything about the shape, how I'm doing procedures, and will answer on all questions what I got from you. Okay, let me start right now, and now I'm checking the questions, and first of all let's talk about the shape of our lips. And here what I would like to show in our workbook, you can see the lips can be very, very different shape. And first of all, when your client coming to see to your studio, they would like to improve their shape, and they would like to color the gap, and they would like to a little bit maybe even increase the shape, and also they would like to color the white spots or dark spot. That's why you always have to work with the shape first. But when you are working with the shape, it's like you have to follow the natural shape of your client. Why? Because first of all, when I'm talking to my client and we're talking about the shape, it's like the most common question, I would like to do a little bit fuller lips, and I would like a little bit bigger. And what I'm showing for my client, let me show for you the photo when I'm talking with my client why I am not recommending to go outside the lips. Imagine I got this client at my studio. She came to see me and asked me, Marina, could you please help me? You can see on these lips some perm makeup artists did maybe plus 1 to 3 millimeters on the top of the lips. And as you can see, it's not looking really good. And it's like lips outside the lips. And that's why you always have to talk with your client that perm makeup, it's color, it's more brighter look. But if they would like to get fuller lips, it's better to recommend to do filler first and then come to see you and do color on the lips. And what I am recommending for this client, first of all, I'm recommending for this client remove this old color. And when I'm doing the shape, I always trying to go with natural shape of the lips. But when you are working with the lips, let me show for you now here on the board. Sometimes our client has very small distance here in Cupid's bow. And here when you can see, we have like uncolored spots between the borders and skin. And also we can use this part of the skin, like skin of our lips, and we can color. For example, imagine if your client has very sharp Cupid bow like that, and you would like to do it a little bit fuller. Yeah, you can do a little bit plus and plus here, yeah, and you can a little bit divide and do a little bit thicker this area. For example, you can do a little bit here and you can do a little bit here. And as you can see, now the lips looking more soft and it's looking now really nice with the shape. And usually you can try to make it, because sometimes this distance between the center and the corner of the lips, it's very thin, and you can just add here plus 1 millimeter and it will be better for your client. And sometimes our client has, let me show for you one more. Sometimes our client has very sharp corners here. For example, it can be like that. And usually I am not following the sharpest corners like that. I'm trying to do it a little bit softer and I'm trying to work with these corners. For example, what I'm doing, I'm not going here up, and I am doing a little bit like curving line here and doing curved line here, and also a little bit adding in these sides. Yeah, and now as you can see, it will be better looking for your client and the shape will be perfect for your client. That's why I always try to make sure that you providing the best service, like makeup service for your client, but explain for your client that the outside the lips we cannot go. We just can use the part of the skin of our lips, because when our client taking their, for example, pencil and they are talking with you, usually when I'm drawing the shape of my lips, I'm go a little bit up. You have to explain that it will not looking like lipstick, because the lipstick, it's like you are applying foundation on the skin, like lipstick effect, gloss. And the color of perf makeup, it's like pigment inside the lips. That's why it will not looking really good, as I showed for you on the picture. Now let me show for you one video what will also explain you a little bit more how I was working with client like that. And now we are going to my YouTube channel or Instagram, and you can find this video. And let me now show for you what I'm talking about. Now you see the corners of the lips very sharp, and now what I'm doing, I little bit do it round, softer. Now I'm doing the sketch, and now I am just coloring, and now starting to do contour, and always checking the color. Continue doing the contour, and you always have to color without gaps all your lips. And now you see how it will be perfect after the procedure. And now you see it's not swollen, it's looking really nice, especially with the gloss for your video. Yeah, and your client will be very happy. Okay, now as I understand, you are doing your best job. You're the best. Thank you so much for your compliment. I'm trying to share my experience with all my students and all my clients and all my followers on my YouTube channel and on the stages. And I have been in the Vegas Perm Makeup conference. It's an amazing event. I invited everybody to participate in this event as well. And let's talk about lips. And next question from my subscribers was about the most common question what I'm using during procedure. And during procedure, I am using my favorite. It's my red liner by Sviato Academy. The best liner ever what I'm using for perm makeup mapping for the lips, and it's very, very sharp, and you can do it really nice job with this liner. Also what I'm using sometimes, if I would like to do very good picture for my social media, I can also do like outline after the red liner. I can do outline with white pencil, and it will be very good for your pictures. Thank you so much. Not everyone tells her secrets. Yeah, I'm trying to share my secrets and not just showing the procedure, and I'm trying to give more advices for you guys. And next one, what I'm using, absolutely my favorites as well. It's Mesonumbing numbing cream, first numbing cream, and also this Feel Better Now, it's secondary numbing cream. And the question was, can you write the name of pencil? You can see that this is pencil of Sviato Academy. You can just text me in messages, and I will give you even the link where you can buy this pencil. And with my promo code marylito10, you will get 10% off as well. Next one, what I'm using during procedure. Sure, you have to have at your studio some safety wipes. We have our Sviato Academy safety wipes, and you can use everything what you have at your studio. Sometimes before the procedure, I am doing peeling, like scrubbing of the lips of the client if the lips very dry, and I can use peelings. For example, my last one, it's peeling from Microbo, and I got this like a gift from my beautiful friend Lulu. And yeah, it's very good. You can apply this before the procedure, and the skin on the lips will be perfect to do perm makeup. Next one, what I'm doing during procedure, what I'm using during procedure. Absolutely, it's my favorite needle. It will be 1.0 0.30 or 0.25 or 0.20. It depends on the lips and the skin. Sometimes I can use needles 3RL or 3 flat, and I'm using the machine Pro by Svato Academy, but you can use your perm makeup machine and you can find out the speed and way how you can perform the best procedure for your client. And another, what I'm using during procedure, it's aftercare cream. After the procedure, you have to give for all your client and explain aftercare. And the most common question, it's about pigments. Yeah, I have a lot of pigments at my studio, and a little bit later I will show for you my favorite pigment. It's like the best what almost all my clients like to go with this pigment, and I will show for you how it's looking a little bit later. Okay, next question. Next question was about what I am recommending before the procedure. As I told you, first of all, I am recommending for my clients 1 or 2 weeks before moisturize their lips. Why? Because when we penetrate the skin with the pigment and the needle doing trauma for our skin, and when you have very dry skin, especially inside the lips, it's not really good for healed result. That's why I always telling my client, especially in winter time, I'm telling my client, could you please apply some lipstick or ointment or even Vaseline. You can apply anything what you have at home, like some lipstick, moisturization or Vaseline, and you have to prepare your lips before the procedure. You even can do some massage for the lips and scrub. But as I told you, when my clients still come in to my studio with this dry skin on the lips, sometimes I'm doing a peeling with this exfoliator by Microbiome by PMU by Lulu, and it's really good, nice will be for you to penetrate the skin and implant the pigment. Next one, it's what I'm recommending for my clients before the procedure. Usually I'm asking them, could you please don't drink coffee in the day with our procedure. Why? Because it will be more blood on the skin and it will be bleeding and more bruises on the skin. But if some clients would like to get a coffee, yeah, like sometimes they even come in to my studio with a cup of coffee. That's why it's like I'm just telling them that, yeah, it will be a little bit more maybe sensitive and it will be more bleeding, more swollen for the client after the procedure. Okay, next questions. Next question. It was what I'm telling client before procedure, how you explaining them about what can happen after. And usually I explaining them that after the procedure, the color will be super bright and the healed result will be approximately 50, 70, 80% of the pigment what your client will take. Why? Because first of all, you telling them that you are choosing Aquarelle lips technique. It's like lip blush technique, yeah, and it's not like super bright lips technique, and we're doing less passes for this technique. That's why the pigment will be like 50-70%. And next one, what I'm talking with my client, that after your procedure, your lips will be very, very swollen. Sometimes it also depends on the client. Some clients even have some bruises on the lips. Some clients have very swollen lips, and also sometimes it depends on the fillers. But some clients, they even just a little bit swollen on the lips. And you have to explain them that after 2-3 hours, it will gone and it will be just the same same shape what we already did, and it will be not swollen like after the procedure. But during this time, you can tell your client, during this time you can see how your lips can look if you will do fillers for yourself. And it's like some clients, when they do in perf makeup, they are taking like telling me like, oh, it's looking really nice, maybe after the procedure I will go and do fillers. Yeah, that's why it's like you just even showing for 2-3 hours how it will be. And also next question what we have here, it's aftercare. About aftercare, some perm makeup artists offer dry healing, but I'm doing perm makeup lips for myself, and for me dry healing is not really comfortable. That's why what my recommendation will be for my client, during the procedure, after the procedure, you have to wipe off your lips every hour during first day. You can just take cotton, wet cotton pad, and you can just clean your lips. And starting from the second day, you can start to apply aftercare, what your perm makeup artist will give you, and you can moisturize your lips 5 times a day, 6 times a day. It depends, because for example, it also depends on the thickness of the lips, and their scabs will be on second or third day, and it will be not comfortable for you to fill these scabs, and that's why I am recommended to use this aftercare cream during 7 days. Even you can continue to use this even after 7 days. Next question. It will be about the touch-up appointment. Usually when I am booking my client with touch-up appointment, I am telling them that it's better to come to see me approximately in 2 months. Or sometimes I'm recommending them to follow the formula age or age plus 10 days. For example, my client 40 years old, then it's better for her regeneration process of the skin to come to see me for touch-up and color boost for her lips approximately after 40 days, and better even 40 plus 10, it will be 50 days. It will be the best way for touch-up, and during this time also she will take care about their lips and will prepare the lips for the next procedure and will apply some moisturization for the lips. And another question, it was question about the herpes virus. And what I will tell you about this herpes virus. For example, herpes virus can be on the lips of your client on 3rd or 4th day. And in some countries, perm makeup artists, they are recommending to take the pills to protect the lips. But what I am talking to my client, what I'm telling them, if you don't have headache, you don't take Advil for your head, right? And if you don't have herpes virus, why you need to take these pills? Yeah, that's why what I am telling my client. During aftercare on 3rd or 4th day, you have to see and you have to take care about your lips. And if you see that you have some herpes on one or two herpes virus on the lips like that, or it can be like that, then what you can do, you can just apply ointment like Abriva, for example, or you can buy some another ointment, and you can apply just in these places and stop using another creams for the aftercare, because it's already 4th or 3rd day after the procedure. And if it will be a lot of herpes on your lips, you can take a prescription from your family doctor and you can take these pills. Or if you in country where you can buy it free in pharmacy, you can take these pills. If you have just one, you can just apply ointment to protect your immune system. And on touch-up, then your client will make decision, or your client will start to take pills in the day of the procedure and will prepare their lips, and after the third, 4 days it will be not herpes, or your client also will just apply ointment. It's have to be decision of your client, but you always have to explain this for the client, because sometimes our clients, they cannot understand why it's happened. It happens because we are using the needle and we're doing trauma for the lips. And sometimes our body feels like, oh, I'm sick, and that's why it's like, will be like reaction of your skin. And you have to explain this before when you're doing procedure. And one my client, she is recommending also for me these kind of vitamins, because her family doctor give this vitamin for her, and it's like helps to reduce the herpes virus infection. It's like she's taking these pills, 1 or 2 or 3 pills per day during winter time, and it's like she's protecting her lips during winter time. That's why even you can take some vitamins to improve your immune system. Next question. It will be, what can happen during the procedure? For example, if your client come to see another permanent makeup artist and did, for example, the shape not really good, like asymmetry on the lips, or lips outside the shape of the lips. It's like what I showed for you. For example, what I did with this client. With this client, you can do 2 recommendations. Or you have to do removal for your client, or you have to do laser removal. For example, for these clients, I did removal. And look now on this picture. Here you see it's before. This one, it's, you see I did trauma with the needle, and I apply removal here. And you can see that even after this procedure, it's looking now already without some part of the pigment. And this client came to see me just after 1 treatment of removal, and she was lucky because it's like it was like just 1 year. After 1 year, she came to see me, and now you see on this picture I'm showing the result of just 1 session of removal. And you can see here I'm even showing like dots. This one is her lips, and here, for example, we will start to draw the new shape. But usually what I'm telling my clients, we cannot tell the client how many sessions of removal you will need to do. Why? Because we don't know the pigment, we don't know ingredients what have been in this pigment. And it can be 1-2 sessions, but it can be 5-10 sessions. You never know. That's why, and also it depends on the client's skin, on client age, and also it depends on she's doing sport, she's eating good food or not, she's smoking or not. It's like it depends on the style of life of your client. That's why it's like when you doing some recommendations for the clients, usually you have to explain that it will not be done like in one procedure. If maybe you will need even 1 year to get result like that what I have. And another way what I would like to share with you, it can be laser removal. With laser removal, you have to be very careful. Why? Because when you doing laser removal, sometimes it can be paradoxical darkening on the lips. And let me check, maybe I have the picture. For example, look at these lips. It's lips before, and you see it's like it was like with some brownish color, something like that, brown red color. But this pigment consist ingredients with iron oxide, and iron oxide can have reaction like paradoxical darkening. And after one treatment, the red iron oxide can go and become the grayish, and after that you have to use another length of the laser. And with this case, usually, yeah, you have to do even more and more procedure, like 5-10 procedure of the layer, and you have to explain before about this to your client. Why? Because not all client ready to have 1 year black or gray lips, yeah, and every session it will be lighter and lighter and lighter. That's why it's like, or you doing just one spot and you trying to make it just in the corner and to see it will be a reaction and paradoxical darkening after laser removal or not. But usually, for example, when you even doing here, you will see, and if you see paradoxical darkening, yeah, you will see this dark spot, and then what you will do? You will continue to remove with the remover. That's why it's like my recommendation. Usually I am working with the lips with remover. With the eyebrows, I am working with the laser removal. That's why it have to be your choice. And also it have to be, for example, if you are working with the pigment and you are checking the ingredients and you know that in these ingredients for the lips, it's like this pigment without iron oxide, then you can use laser removal if your client would like to remove all pigment. Okay, next question. Next question, it will be about the dark contour. Some my students, they telling me that when they are working with 1-point needle, when they have healed result, the contour of the lips more dark and the lips here inside the lips lighter. And why it's happening? I explain in that how you have to work. First of all, let me show on the board. When you are doing the contour, you are working with very, very small movement, back and forth movement. And you are working like 1 millimeter and you're doing the contour like that. And for example, you are starting to do contour here. And when you are doing this contour, you are pushing down the needle and the color going very dark. And when you are doing shading, where usually you are working with 1 centimeter movement. Here it's 1 millimeter, here it's 1 centimeter, for example. Yeah, and here it will be like shading. And you can see that the shading will be a little bit lighter. That's why when you are working with the contour, you have 2 ways to do it. First of all, if you are working with a super bright lips technique, yeah, you can do bright contour and then you can do bright shading, or you can color the shading even more near the contour, yeah, to make it like same color or 3D effect for the lips. Or you can take from me one advice. Sometimes I am using diluter for the contour. If my client asking me, could you please do for me not very dark contour, I would like the same color, and what you can take? You can take, for example, 1-2 drops of the pigment and 1-2 drops of diluter. And you can do the contour with this mix. After that, you can apply secondary numbing and you will see the scratch with the pigment. It will be like diluted pigment, yeah? But you will see this scratch. And after you will do the shading already, you will shade inside the lips, you will take just the pigment. And because of the contour when you're doing back and forth movement with 1 millimeter and the shading when you are doing like powder pixeled technique, then after that the healed result will be the even color for the lips. It's like some advice for you. It's like if you have a client who is asking you to do lips without borders, or you can do just contour without contouring line. You can do just like borderless lips, and you can start to do borderless lips like that. For example, you can just do 1 millimeter powdered technique near the contour, and it will be your contour like that, and the color will be not dark, it will be even with full lips. Next question what I have, it will be color migration in the corners. Sometimes I can see that some students, when they are working with their models, they are trying to make very coloring the corners of the lips, and it's looking like that. And it's really not looking very good, because when you're doing the lipstick, maybe it's okay, but when you're doing perm makeup, it seems like here you have some pigment or you ate something. Yeah, that's why usually when you're doing the corner of the lips, I am always explaining my student that it's better to do the corners of the lips like inside, and go like inside here and here. Let me show for you like that, and it can even hide the lips, because you will not go on the street with open eyes like that, yeah? When we are talking, we not even see the corners of the lips. That's why you don't even think about you have to very color the corner of the lip. Usually what I recommend, better to concentrate on the cupid bow and the bottom line. Next question about the lips, it will be the sketch and how I'm doing the sketch during the procedure, and how I'm doing the mapping of the lips. I will show for you now the book, and what I would like to share with you. Here you can see we have some dots what we have to put like reference dots, which will help us to do symmetrical lips. And let me show now on the video how I'm doing it for my client. And again, you can go to see this on my YouTube channel, Marylito. You can go to see this on my Instagram. And let me now show how I am doing the lips mapping. Okay. Now you can see I can use white thread and I can make straight lines. Then I can take the red liner and I can place some dots, and you see like I'm doing symmetry now. After that, I am just connecting all dots and I'm doing curving line. And now I improving all my lines to get perfect result. And in the corners as well, as you can see, opening the corners as well. And now you have perfect lips mapping sketch, and your lips are ready for the procedure. And you know, sometimes I'm doing it without white thread. For example, I can use this one. And usually why I'm telling you to use this method, how I'm doing it. Why? Because you will do symmetrical lips. Let me show for you what I'm doing usually with my client. When my client is sitting in front of me, first of all, what I have to find their point in the center of my upper lip. And here it's my center, for example. Next one, I have to find the point here in the cupid bow. And I'm finding the dots here. After that, I would like to do the same dots on the bottom line. And I'm going on the bottom line. And I'm doing these dots on the bottom line. And additional, I can place 2 or even 4 dots in the corners of the lips. Here, 2, for example, and here 2. And after that, I can ask my client lay down, because I already have all my dots, like what will help me during the procedure. And when my client laying down, I can see with the lamp everything, like pores. I can see the skin of the lips and the structure of the lips, and I can use all skin of the lips to do it a little bit fuller. And usually what I'm doing, first of all, I can draw the straight lines, what you can see. And after that, what I'm doing, I'm just placing additional dots here in the middle of each line. And after that, I'm just curving and connecting all these dots. And as you can see, we have perfect sketch. And when you coloring inside the lips with the red liner, as I showed for you before, with this color, yeah? And you will have, for example, some spots where, for example, your client have asymmetry. For example, here you can see that your client have a little bit less skin here. Then you can improve this area and you can a little bit add here just some small line here to make it perfect and symmetrical. After that, you have to show your sketch for your client. Why? Because sometimes your eyes can see a little bit different. For example, you can see that sometimes the one part of the lips will be thinner and another part smaller, and another part, for example, this one, it will be bigger. That's why you have to talk to your client about this imperfection, and you have to make decision with your client what you can do to improve her lips. And sometimes what we're doing a little bit smaller here in the corner to make it more even. Or sometimes my client telling me, I know that I have asymmetry on the lips and I don't have fullness here, for example, and I am okay with that, and I'm not planning to do fillers, for example. Yeah, and then when you have approval from your client, then you can continue moving forward with the procedure. And another question from my client, where should I do fillers? First of all, when my client comes to see me and asking me about this, it's like I'm telling them, if you already would like to do fillers, you can do fillers, and then you can come back to see me, and I will be happy in 2, 3, 4 weeks to do for you perm makeup. If my client doing perm makeup procedure with me and after that they can see beautiful swollen lips and they like making decision, oh, I really like this effect and I would like to get a filler, where can I do it? Then I recommend them after healing result, after 1-2 months, book appointment with the doctor and do fillers, and after 2-3-4 weeks after the fillers she can come back and do touch up and color boost for the lips. It's like how it's working even better. Why? Because she will have already fullness on the lips and we will even do more colors for her lips and it really will be beautiful. And another option is like when my client has really big asymmetry and she would like to improve their lips, then first of all I will send her to do fillers and just after that to book appointment with me. Or some clients, they are doing perm makeup, first procedure, then touch-up appointment, color boost, and then they book in procedure for their fillers. Yeah, they can also enjoy her fillers after the procedures of perm makeup, but if they would, she would like to add some colors, and for example, if some will be asymmetry, then you can do even third appointment with her. Next question, what we have, it will be the next step, it will be the numbing cream, how I applying my first numbing cream. My first numbing cream I applying like that. Let me show for you. What I showed for you before, it's Mesonumb. And as you can see, I applying the numbing cream. I applying with Q-tips on 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. And as you can see, I applying even outside the lips. Why? Because it will be better numbing result for my client.
Remove the anesthetic with a napkin.
And now you can see how I'm removing the numbing cream with the napkin very carefully, and
To order products, please text me.
And you can see that we still have beautiful lips mapping with red liner. And as I told you, after this liner, you can apply this numbing cream and you can then just like that remove very carefully, and you still will have your sketch. It will first of all save your time, because when you apply a numbing cream and then after that you removing it, then you doing lips mapping with the red liner approximately 20 minutes for your client, and then you starting to do procedure, your client will be already very sensitive and it will be painful for her. But when you are doing this, first of all you are drawing the sketch and after that you apply a numbing cream, and then it will be better for your client. Next question what we have, it's question about their pigments. And now let me show for you the pigment what I have at my studio, like my favorite pigment what I have. Now I will take the glasses of water and will show for you some my favorite pigment. For example, a lot of my clients, they like to use pigment Glam Kiss. They like to use pigment Pure Rose. They like to use pigment Soft Rose and Cherry Lips. It's like the most popular pigments, but sometimes clients like to go with nude effect lips. Let me show for you, first of all, it's Soft Rose. You see, it's beautiful looking. And I will show for you right now how it's looking in the bottle. And you can see that in the bottle it's looking really nice. And you see, this is very, very pinkish color for ladies who has very light color on the lips or white lips, and usually with light hair as well. Another pigment, it's Glam Kiss. It's what I have on my lips. I love this color. And let me show for you how it's looking. It's also perfect. And it's looking like that. You can see it's more natural look. It's mostly like natural look and natural color of our lips. And if you compare to this color, for example, this one, it's more pinkish, as you can see, and this one, it's more natural look. It's my color. Okay, next one is Pure Rose, very, very popular color for my client, and I love to use this as well. And as you can see how it's looking now a little bit brighter. It's like cold rose, as you can see. And if we compare, for example, with Glam Kiss, with previous one, you see how cold this pigment. And if you compare with first one, with Soft Rose, you see the color is more bright. And my last one, my last favorite, it's Cherry Lips or Coral. It's more warm pigment, more natural look. But here in the bottle it will be cold. But usually it's held more warm. You see, it's more warm pigment. And it's also very, very beautiful. Especially some clients who love super bright lipstick effect, they choose in this color. And if you can see with previous one, you see this is cold, like very bright rose. This is more like coral, cherry lips, very beautiful. This is my favorites, my two favorites. And another, my two favorites color is this one. Beauty. Okay, next question. It will be about the procedure and which needles I'm using during the procedure. As I told you, usually I'm working with the needle 1 point. It can be 1.030, 0.25, 0.20, 0.18. It depends on the skin and the lips. But sometimes if my client asking borderless lips, or if my client asking super bright lips, and if my client very, very sensitive and it's very painful for the client, then I can choose the needle 3RL or 3 flat. And you can find a video on my YouTube channel, Marylito, how I'm working with these needles. For example, it can be 3 needles together, 1, 2, and 3. It's looking like that, like 3 needles together, like that. Or it can be needle like that. Let me show for you. It can be needles like that. It's like 3 needles like in the line, in the row. And you can implant more pigment and you can do it faster. Why sometimes I'm using this needle? First of all, when my client very sensitive, but she's asking super bright lipstick effect and I have to implant a lot of pigment. If I will use just 1 point needle, then I have to work more hours and also I have to do more passes. When you're working with 3 needles, you will apply 3 times more than with 1 needle. And with 1 needle, usually we are using powder technique, like pixelated technique, like shading technique. And we are working always with 90 degree, yeah, like that, with 90 degree or it can be 80 degree, but when we are working with 3 needle, you can work with the angle. It can be like 45, 65 degree, for example. It can be like that, and then you will implant with 3 needles, and with the angle you will implant more pigment. Let me show for you one more time. For example, this is skin, this is our 1-point needle. When you're applying and you're doing powdered like that, it will be just small dots here of the pigment. When you are working with 3 needle together, it will be more bleeding, it will be more trauma for the client, but it will be faster, and it will be, you will implant, imagine, you will implant more pigment, and it will be more pigment in the skin. That's why it's your choice. You can try to work with different type of needles. Sometimes you can find out that it can be 3, even 5, even 7 needles. You can try and you can work with your client. Next question. It will be the how I'm shooting the video, etc., like photo, etc. Usually when I'm doing my work, I'm using 2 cameras. It can be my iPhone 13 Pro, as you can see. Sometimes I can use lens, macro lens for my video and for my shorts on YouTube, for example. And sometimes I am using another phone what I have at my studio. It's Samsung 10s Plus. Now I'm doing live stream on Instagram with this phone, and also I have another camera what I'm now telling everything, and I'm recording this video for my YouTube channel and for my online courses for my student who is interested to get answers on their questions about perm makeup aquarelle lips technique. And another question what I have from you, it's about the what include your online course. My online course include, first of all, my explanation on the board. I explaining everything on the board, and I am giving all this information in my on my online course, and you will find out I am explaining everything in details, how you will do coloring like step by step, and it's like theory session, and you can see, you will find out all of that from me as well. Additional, I explaining this on paperwork, and you see you will draw with me paperwork, and you also can see that I explaining even movement and direction of the movement where I'm working with the aquarelle lips. Another exercises with you will be its online courses with latex, and you will find out how I'm doing latex and all my movement with all explanation. It all will be video courses, like video, you can see all details, and sure you will have video of my full procedure, how I'm doing the mapping with red liner, how I apply numbing cream, how I am doing perm makeup shading and contour with the needle. And also I providing in my courses supplies, what I'm using, and explaining everything in details. And this video also will be added to my online courses for my beautiful students. And last question what we have today, it's about program what I'm using when I'm doing the pictures. When I'm doing the pictures or collage, I'm using the program Snapseed, and this program I even took video for you, and you can find this information for free. You can go to my Instagram page, and you can go here via link Marylito Thinkific, and you can find here this video course for you how I'm editing the picture in Snapseed, and it's for free for you. And you can find out information how I'm doing collage, and it will be a beautiful picture for your social media as well. And last one, what I would like to share with you is my private and group course. I would like to invite you on my courses with the models. The courses can be in Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Toronto. Also, I'm planning to visit now Los Angeles and Miami as well. And you can book your private course, or you can fly to see me to Calgary, Canada. We have a very beautiful national park, Banff, and Lake Louise in Canada. It's like just 1-2 hours drive from my city, and you can enjoy the trip. And here in Canada, you know, it's a little bit cheaper than in USA, and the flight and the hotel and the food will be cheaper for you as well. Why? Because currency exchange now it's 1.4, 1.3 if you compare with USA dollars. That's why I would like to invite you to my studio, and I will give you possibility to work with the model, and I will help you with the hands, with the shadings, etc. And we will take a lot of pictures for your social media as well. And now, thank you so much that you joined me in my live stream. I would like to say thank you so much for my beautiful clients and my beautiful students. And could you please tag me on Instagram, and I also will follow you, and also will post your stories in my stories as well. This is my heart from me for you. And my next live stream will be maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. Why? Because I'm going on Perm Makeup conference in Los Angeles, and you will see a lot of stories from me as well about these events. And after that, I think I will do next live stream maybe about eyebrows, or about color for eyeliner, or about cover up eyebrows technique. You can text me here under this live stream. I will save this one day. Then it will be on my YouTube channel and on my online courses. And you can tell me which topic would you like to cover next live stream. It will be in 1-2 weeks. Okay, guys, ladies, thank you so much for following me, and I will be happy to see you on my next live stream. Bye bye.